Welcome to our 10 a.m. prayer. I thought today would be super sweet to be outside with the bird songs and the sun emerging from the clouds, and we have a little special treat to just drop into yourself and just allow a deep nourishing of the nervous system. So we'll receive that first and then we'll anchor into prayer. So just receiving all of that delicious sound current and turning within, allowing the eyes to softly float closed. Inviting the breath to begin to circulate throughout your entire being, breathing so deeply and fundamentally through the heart space. Just allowing the breath to create some space in the body temple as we invite the luminous strands of the nervous system to gently cascade towards the earth. As we invite the elevated beings, the ancestors, the wise and well ones, the luminous ones, all of the ones in the unseen that surround and support each one and indeed are just coming to us in droves at this time to support this deeply important shift in the evolution of humanity. And so we allow ourselves to be so receptive to their backing. Inviting a surrounding and a nourishment to just allow more space for the breath to move through the body. Feeling the nervous system really anchored to the earth for grounding and fortification and sustenance. As we turn our attention from the horizontal plane of the human experience and circumstance and change and panic and fear and scarcity and lack and limitation, and we move from the horizontal to the vertical. To allow thine eye to be single upon that which is true throughout all the ages, through all the worlds, through all the planes of being, the vertical experience, as we anchor into that limitless field of infinite supply, as we place our attention upon that ever-expanding quantum field that is ever-giving of itself, that is true abundance in all forms. We allow our attention to be so fully resident in that realm of the I am, that which I choose to call spirit, that which is fulfilling itself as everything seen and unseen. So we sink even a little bit more deeply. We surrender a little bit more to that infinite flow, to that realm of truth that all needs are met throughout all levels, all expressions of ourselves. That infinite supply that is ever giving, ever flowing, ever expressing. And I know it is the truth as all beings, absolutely everywhere. Right here, right now is me as Marianne, and right here, right now as each one. Regardless of circumstance, of the human experience, of the horizontal experience, we anchor in that vertical alignment. Ever connected and ever resourced by the above, the below, and the infinite indwelling. So allowing that indwelling presence to be even more known right now as the breath cycle. And we sink into emergence, and we sink into creative possibility, and we sink into the truth of ourselves as that ever-expanding infinite supply, that ever-givingness, that wellspring of life energy, of creative flow, as abundance, as all needs met itself. Knowing it, truthifying. And so we allow this truth to extend towards any part of our being that feels hypervigilant, activated, anxious, in a hyper-arousal state. We allow the flow of the infinite to tend and crest and integrate wherever it needs to go throughout our entire being for full embodiment as truth itself. So we allow all parts to be so saturated, to be so supported, to be so fully resourced by all that which we are connected to and revealing. And so we register in gratitude. We allow it to be the ordering frequency of our day. We give thanks for that which we can see and feel and smell and touch. We give thanks for that which we experience with our other than human sensory awareness. We give thanks for all of the support in the unseen. We give thanks for one another, and we activate the living codes of our soul DNA that has been through this experience before, that has been through the great unraveling, that has been through the dismantling of structures and systems, and we allow the rising forth of that which we already know. Interconnectedness, communal resourcing, earth connection, honoring, kindness, compassion, love, relationship. We allow ourselves to desubscribe to that realm of lack and fear, that realm of hierarchy of power, and we insert with every fiber of our consciousness and our being into that circulating, amplified, interconnected, interrelated, magnificent field of all of our relations, that there's always enough, that there's limitless supply, that the infinite is knowing itself, that we are one and in this together. We know what we are doing. We allow the rising of our divine blueprint that said yes to being here now. We allow the rising of the codings of what is getting activated at this time. And we allow the remembrance, the deep remembrance, that the intelligence of our being knows exactly what it's doing, and we are in this together. And so we rise, and so we rise, and so we rise. Like the natural world at this time of year is rising from the underworld. It's rising from the deep, fertile soil. The buds are sprouting out. The winged ones are singing the trees awake. And so we allow everything to call us into our deeper action of loving, of knowing, of truthifying. And so we get to know that we know. Be still and know the truth. And so allowing this frequency to be the ordering principle of the entire day of your entire being. I know this day is incredibly blessed. I know that each one anchored in this prayer field is the living light. And we allow this embodied remembrance to rise and pour forth. And I know that it's done, and we surrender this word, this day, the activity of it all into the loving arms of universal law that circulates and amplifies and brings it forth, and I know that it is done. And so it is. And so be it. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you again tomorrow. Have a beautiful day.